I am super excited that you are watching this because that means that you have shown some sort of interest in the coaching opportunity. And I get so excited to share this with people because this opportunity has changed my life. And I feel that it is my responsibility to pay it forward and share it with other people because I'll tell you a little bit more about my process for signing up. When I became a coach, I was in my second or third year of university, and if you don't know, I went to Ryerson University and I was in the dance program there. So super physical, of course, and really physically and mentally demanding program that required a lot of time. So I had a part-time job at Lululemon at the time, and I really loved working there, but I was having a hard time meeting their availability needs. And so one day my manager actually sat me down in the office and said, like, I'm not firing you, but I'm telling you that you have to leave or you have to up your availability. And it was really scary for me at the time because it was my only source of income, and I was already really limited on how many hours I could work, and it was causing massive stress in my life. I was giving them all of my free time, so I would work from 7 to 10 a.m. some days, and then I would go and dance all day and go to school all afternoon, and then I would go back and do an inventory shift at night after the store was closed sometimes, and then do it all again. So you can imagine, and then I would also work both days of the weekend. So I had no free time and I was really burnt out. And so totally fair for me to be told that it wasn't really working out, but I was giving it my all, and I really, I enjoyed the job because I loved talking to people about health and wellness, and I loved having an opportunity to connect with people on like-minded sort of things, right? And so when I left, I had been sort of stalking my coach on Facebook for quite a while, about 7 months, I think. And I was watching her do, workouts every day and reading her posts about how she was creating this life of freedom and all these things. And so I actually one day was sitting in a philosophy lecture, and I love philosophy. Like, that was one of my favorite parts of university. And for me to not be paying attention during a lecture like that was not usual, and I was so stressed about money because my boyfriend Eric's birthday was coming up, and we were discussing what we were gonna do. And for my birthday, he had taken us on this extravagant sort of mini vacation getaway, and I was devastated that I couldn't give back to him what he was giving to me because I was so restricted financially. And I was stressing about what I was going to be able to do for him on his birthday. And I was getting really frustrated that I was so limited by finances. And then I was looking at my bank account during this lecture, and I was realizing that I wasn't going to have enough to pay for rent and tuition and my groceries that month. And I had this moment where I was like, I can't go on like this anymore. I don't want to be a slave to finances. This doesn't feel good and it doesn't feel right for me. And I felt like I was giving a lot and I had a lot to give in the world, but I wasn't receiving any of that energy back. So I actually saw my coach post on her Facebook that she was looking for people to join her team. And without speaking to her at any point, I just filled out her application form. And she's actually my cousin, so she reached out to me and she was like, I thought that you would be amazing at this, but I was too intimidated to ask you because I thought, you already live such an active, healthy life. and you're already on a track for a career in that field, right? And so that's something that I have to remind myself of often, because of course I have so many people in my network that are already really active and are dancers and are into sports. And you know, I automatically, for some reason, assume, oh, they aren't like me, they can't be like me. But I've been wrong a lot of times. So that's why I'm making this video and sharing this, because this opportunity has changed everything for me and I need to pay it forward. So that's a little bit about my story. It's been about a year and a half since I signed up as a coach, and now I don't do it full time, but I have really fluctuating work with a dance company. So when I'm not on a contract, I work this business full time, and when I am on a contract, I work it when I can. So that's the beauty of this business, and I'm going to go into more of that later. So what is Beachbody? So the reason why I don't market myself as a Beachbody coach is because I am not just a Beachbody coach. I am Katrina. I am a health and wellness enthusiast through and through. But what I do is I use Beachbody products as a platform for my business. So what is Beachbody? You probably know what it is. If you've heard of P90X, Insanity, Shaun T, Tony Horton, Turbo Jam, Chalene Johnson, those are all part of the Beachbody umbrella, the Beachbody family. So Beachbody is one of the #1 fitness and nutrition companies in the world. And right now, it's mostly based in the US and Canada, and we're expanding to the UK this fall, actually, fall of 2017. And so basically, you know, these workout programs exist, these nutrition and fitness all together programs exist. And so what happened with Beachbody is when they started out, it was super successful. People were seeing amazing results from their programs because it makes fitness and nutrition easy and accessible for people. It gives you a way to fit it in your day where you don't need hours, you don't have to go to a gym, you can get it done in your own home, and it really simplifies the process, right? So experts have made these programs, like literally the best in the world have made these programs, and we get to use them as a platform, which is amazing. So Beachbody noticed that people were getting great results, but they weren't. They were going on these message boards on the website and explaining their results and, you know, looking for support, asking other people, you know, what recipes are you using, stuff like that. And then they thought, wow, there's so much engagement and so much emphasis on community that we're missing out on. So they took a chunk of their marketing budget that they had and they took it out of billboards and print media and TV advertisements and stuff like that. They took that money out of there and they created the coaching opportunity because they realized that people that were doing the programs and that were loving how they were feeling were much better at marketing this stuff than putting an infomercial on TV, right? So that's where the coaching opportunity came from. So what does a coach actually do? A coach is someone who leads by example and someone who encourages and inspires and motivates. So there are 4 vital behaviors that we follow as coaches. The first one is being proof that the product works. So that is the easiest one. That is so simple. We just do the workouts. We use the nutrition products. We use the things that Beachbody has made with all of their amazing resources and crazy talented smart people. We use them ourselves to make our lives better, and then we just are proof that the product works. And I can say firsthand, as someone who has always been really active and gets a lot of my activity from dancing, that these programs completely transformed my body in a way that I did not know was possible because I was already so active. I thought, there's no way that my body is going to change that much. And I was blown away by my first set of results. I did PiYo as my first program, and I went like all in, which is a Pilates and yoga hybrid kind of workout. And I was just absolutely blown away at my very first transformation. And from that point on, I was hooked. And like Shakeology is the most amazing nutritional product I have ever tried, and I have tried everything. And being a vegetarian that's really active, sometimes it's difficult to get all of your vital nutrients in. And you know, it's not even about being active or a vegetarian. It's like people living in the Western world have a hard time getting all of our nutrients in, right? Because we don't have access to everything around us immediately. So a lot of the foods that we need vitamins and minerals from are shipped from really far away, and they're not super fresh, and you know, we really miss out. And we have a lot of packaged products in our diet, and that product is pushed on us and really like marketed to us so much that it's really difficult for us to get all of the things that we need. So you know, as proof of the product, I do Beachbody workouts every day, and they are part of my cross training for my dancing and have made me a much better dancer. And I drink Shakeology every day because it makes me feel alive. It gives me so much energy. It like everything, nails, hair, skin, energy levels, it just melted off that little bit of extra fluff I had when I started my journey. It helps me stay on top of eating regularly. It controls cravings, all of this stuff. I also use the Beachbody Performance line, so that's protein powder and a pre-workout and hydrate. Like there's all kinds of amazing products, and they're all natural, and you don't have to worry about any crap in them, which I love. Okay, so that was proof the product works. The second thing that a coach does is personal development. So this is the most amazing part about becoming a coach, because I used to think that personal development, like self-help books and stuff like that, was cheesy and a waste of time. I seriously believed that, and I thought, I don't need that. And then I started coaching and found out that this is one of the vital behaviors. So I decided to give it a chance. And for the first month, there was a lot of content that I consumed that I didn't really like, that didn't connect with me. And then I started to discover podcasts and books that just absolutely changed my world. So yeah, you know, you're using the products, and that transforms you from here down, okay? But the thing that most people miss out on, and why people give up and quit and get into these cycles of quitting and starting over again, and these cycles of low self-esteem and all of that, is because they're not training their brain as well, right? And it's so important, because that's the thing that everyone's always saying is like, where do I get motivation from? How do I stay on track? All of that, and all of that is mental, right? So personal development is a vital behavior of a coach, and it is absolutely incredible to do a job where you are encouraged above all else to work on yourself every day. Isn't that amazing? Like, you're told that it is vital for you to nourish your body and train your brain to be better. And I think that's just amazing, because the way that I have shifted and grown since I started committing to personal development every day is just out of this world. So if you don't know what this means, no worries. We can totally talk about it more, and you can ask questions about it. But essentially, it's about 10 minutes a day of listening to a podcast or reading a book in an area where you want to grow. Number 3, vital behavior number 3 is inviting and sharing. So this is the thing that most people are afraid of when it comes to coaching, is the idea of having to invite people, right? So what we do is we generally, the cool thing about this job is that you get to make whatever you want out of it. But most of us run these online groups, and that's how we help to give people more accountability and motivation as they work through these programs. So that is how you're not a salesperson, okay? I'm gonna talk about this more later, but you're not selling stuff. Okay, you're helping people get set up with a program that's gonna change their life, that's gonna set them on a track, that's gonna get them feeling confident and inspired again. And then your job as a coach is to give them that support and accountability that they need to really stay committed. And so how we do that is we run these online groups. And we call them challenge groups, but it's totally your own model. There are trainings out there, and there are pre-made posts that you can use out there, but you can also write your own. Seriously, it is whatever you want it to be, which is so amazing. But part of the third vital behavior is inviting and sharing. So you're inviting people to come into your groups. You're inviting people to try the stuff that you are so jazzed about and so excited about, okay? So it's not selling ever, it's sharing your journey. You are going out there, being vulnerable, putting yourself out there and saying, I love this stuff and it has changed my life, and committing to my own health has totally transformed my life. So let me share what it is I'm doing so that maybe you can change your life too. That's all it is. And it's great that we are encouraged to invite and share, because so many people out there really are looking for something and are looking for help and are feeling stuck and lost, and they're not being provided with genuine solutions. People are being provided with quick fixes all the time, and it makes me so sad, because of course they don't end up working, right? So you invest money into these options that are quick fixes, and they don't really work, or they don't make a change long term, because you're not actually doing the work, So this is the thing, we invite and share our journey, and we inspire others to come along with us. Okay, so the fourth vital behavior, the fourth and final, is recognize. So another really cool part about being a coach is that you're encouraged on a day-to-day basis to recognize people for their accomplishments, and recognize other people on your team for being amazing. Recognize the people that are in your challenge group for crushing their goals. Recognize people by just sending random love notes. So it's a cool thing to be encouraged on a day-to-day basis to recognize and appreciate and show your gratitude for people. Okay, so that's what a coach does. We run these groups, we follow these vital behaviors, and all of everything that you need to know is available to you in trainings as soon as you decide to sign up. So you don't have to worry about, I'm going to show you all the resources. So you don't have to worry about needing to know everything. Don't you worry. There is training. This is a legit thing. We have training. Don't you worry. All right. Another question I hear often is, what is the time commitment? So you heard me say a little bit about this earlier, but sometimes I work at full time. So right now I'm coming to you from my living room at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is a day where I'm working this business full time. And so, for example, yesterday I got up at 7:30 and I sat down at my laptop and I worked solidly on my laptop until 3 o'clock, and then I decided then I did my personal development, read my book, and then I did my workout, and then I went back to work for a couple more hours. So some days I do spend 6, 7, 8 hours on this, but only when I have it and only when I want to, okay? So only when that feels good for me, and only when it's possible. And that is not what you need at all, because this is a pretty new thing for me to have days like that. For the first year that I was working this business, I had an hour a day to spend on it. And there are still days that I have that. I'm going back on tour with a dance company this fall, and that's going to be the reality again, 1 to 2 hours a day. And that is totally fine, and that is all you need. So everything else is just extra and just fluff on top of that. But you I give everyone the tools to know exactly what to do on an easy to follow checklist of everything that you can get done in an hour and really move this business forward. So the thing about the time commitment is that it's up to you. If you are in this because you really want to grow a business and you want to create financial freedom for yourself, then you're going to want to commit a little bit more time each day into it. But it doesn't matter if you have the same amount of time every day. So that's the beauty of the flexibility of this, is that if your goal is to really build something, you can when you can fit it in. And if your goal is just to kind of do it as a hobby and to use it as more accountability for yourself and maybe help a few people along the way, great. Then whenever you have time, you just put the time in, okay? So you decide, you are in the driver's seat of what the time commitment is. How do you sign up is another often asked question at the beginning. How do you sign up? So if you've never used a Beachbody program before ever, then the best way to sign up is to get yourself a challenge pack, which comes with a fitness program or access to Beachbody on Demand, which is like Netflix for fitness, and get yourself some Shakeology, everything in a package, because like we talked about earlier, what does a coach do? They're proof the product works. So you're gonna want to try the products. And the cool thing about it is that even as a coach, if you've signed up, you have 30 days to change your mind. So if you don't love the products and if you change your mind about this whole thing, you just send it back and get 100% of your money back, no questions asked. So it's really amazing. And if you have used the products before, there is a $50 sign up fee, but it gets reimbursed to you when you fill out a simple form saying that you've purchased a challenge pack in the past. So essentially what I'm saying is it's free to sign up if you sign up with a challenge pack. If you decide that you want to sign up without a challenge pack, it's $39.95 US. So like incredibly cheap. No one ever in the history of the world could start a business for that price, okay? So it's a really low cost, and if you do purchase a challenge pack or have in the past, it's actually free to sign up, completely free. And then, another question that's often asked is, what are the fees? So it is only $20 a month to be a coach. And what that gets you is the most incredible platform that you could ever imagine, because you do not have to hold inventory. And you don't have to send anything to anyone. You don't even have to do customer service. All of that is available to you, and they are amazing, you guys. I have so many people that have been in my challenge groups that have had issues with they tried to cancel their next order of Shakeology and it processed anyways. They got the bag of Shakeology, called customer service and was like, I don't know what happened. I tried to cancel it, but it went through and I didn't want it. And they reimbursed them all of the money and let them keep the product. Like, that's just one example of how amazing this company is. They literally bend over backwards to make sure that everyone is happy. And as a Beachbody coach, you pay $20 a month to have that amazing service and that amazing business platform available to you, so that you don't have to wear all of those hats, so that you don't have to carry inventory, so that you don't have to pay up front for a bunch of product that you don't know is going to move, right? Those are the usual risks involved with starting a business, and you don't have to take any of those on. So you just pay $20 a month and all of that's taken care of for you. It's amazing. And on top of that, I drink Shakeology every month. So and as a coach, you get 25% off of everything. But all of that stuff is optional. Like, you decide what of the products you want to use, and you decide what it means to you to be an active coach. So it's really up to you in that way. But I'll be honest, I spend I guess probably about $150 a month, because I buy my Shakeology and I pay my business fee. So those two things together is about $150 a month, but I get a big bag of Shakeology, so that is 30 meals or snacks, and it's the most incredible thing that I put in my body every day. So and then I easily make that back. So that's my personal monthly commitment, but like I said, it's totally up to you. The only thing that's mandatory is a $20 a month fee, which is nothing, which is great. Will I have to push sales? Oh my gosh, I touched on this earlier. This is really important. No, 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 no. You are not a salesperson ever. I would not be doing this if this was a sales job. You guys, I would not be doing this because I hate that feeling. I don't ever want to be asking someone to buy something that they don't want. I don't ever want to feel gross about pushing a product that I don't believe in, okay? That is not what this is about whatsoever, because we are in the business of sharing our journey and sharing our successes, okay? We're not pushing products. We're not trying to get people to buy something that they don't want. We are sharing something that we believe in really strongly and something that, you know, has really transformed our lives, and we're sharing it openly as a way of inspiring others to make similar positive shifts in their life. We are not selling products, okay? This is really important because I can't even describe to you how gross it makes me feel. Like, you know, those people who just like message you out of the blue on Facebook with asking you if you want to buy a product, and they don't care about connecting with you in any way, and you know, it just feels gross. And so that's not what we do at all. We are in the business of building relationships and helping people transform their lives. Simple as that. We are not salespeople. Oh, this is another good one. Do I need to be fit first? No, I actually would rather you not. I would rather you be somewhere on your journey right now so that you have something to share genuinely and openly as you move through. So I'll just say something really quickly. When I first signed up to be a coach, I did not think that I needed the fitness programs or the nutrition products. I didn't think I needed any of that stuff. And I thought, well, I better just try it because the coaches who put up their fancy before and after photos are the successful ones. This is all like just me telling myself stories. I'm just sharing with you. So I was like, all right, I'll get a program. I don't really need it, but I'll get it. And I committed because I thought I really want to have a good transformation photo. I'm really embarrassed to share this because I clearly needed this personal development and needed this change in my life at that time because I was so frigging vain and egotistical and insecure and, oh my gosh, self-conscious and everything. So I was like, I just really want to get this transformation photo because I want to have a good before and after to show people, because then they'll want to buy stuff from me. That's what I thought. So wrong and so not what I think now, because I started on that journey with Pio, and when I took my 40-day photo, I was absolutely blown away, and I was shocked at how much I had transformed. And then I thought, okay, this stuff works. It's amazing. This is really going to make a lasting impact on my life. And I'm learning how to nourish my body. I'm learning to love vegetables. I'm learning how much of everything I need to eat each day. I'm really focusing on nourishing my body and supporting it physically in a way that's going to make me live a longer, happier life. And I really, like, at that point, I was hooked. I was on it, and I was like, this is not a quick thing that I'm gonna do for a before and after photo. This is a lifestyle shift, which is why I'm so excited to share it with people, because I had that really skeptical, I don't think this is a real thing thought at the beginning, and I proved myself wrong. And I think that's what I share most strongly with people, is that, you know, if I can get someone to trust me and just try it the way that I trusted my coach and just tried it, even though I was really kind of begrudgingly going for it, then they'll see how amazing it can be. And that's why you do not need to be fit first. You do not need to be at your goal anything. You just need to share as you're going on your journey. So it's not required for you to already be fit. You don't have to have abs. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be anything. You just have to be yourself. And you just have to be authentic and sharing your journey, because when you're real about it and when you're being a real person, people are going to be inspired by you and motivated by you. It's simple as that. So no, you don't need a certification. You don't need any special training, because we are not personal trainers or dietitians. You have to go to school for that. And this is the cool thing, is that I really wanted to get into this world of health and wellness. And, I'm actually doing a certification right now for precision nutrition. But I really wanted to, I was like, I'm going to become a personal trainer. I'm going to go back to school for nutrition and blah, blah, blah. And then this opportunity started to blow up for me. And the cool thing about it is that you're sharing knowledge that you've gained along the way of your journey, but you're not presenting yourself as an expert in the field, because you have the Beachbody programs that are made by experts in the field to use as a platform. And so you're sharing the really cool, human, genuine part of it, which is your experience with it. You're not sharing facts and tables and things like that. I mean, you can if you want to, if that's your thing. If you're like really sciencey brained, it's totally cool to share stuff like that, and you can find all that information. But you don't have to have any sort of like fancy certifications or anything. You're just being a real person that is into making their life better and sharing it with other people. Okay, so I feel like I've touched on a lot of the basics. The only thing that I have left to talk about is the fear of getting started. So this business scares a lot of people because it's not traditional. It's not a 9-to-5. It's not something that people understand, really. Often people are afraid of putting themselves out there and for sharing things on social media. When I first started posting every day on social media, I was scared to death that people were going to judge me and that people were going to make fun of me. And I was so pleasantly surprised at how much extra support I received from people that it didn't take long for me to completely forget about my fear of that. And you know, people are like, what if I suck at this? What if I'm not good at it? It's like, well, you know, you might not be great at it at first, but it's like anything else, right? You put in the time, you put in the effort to get good at it. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is not a scheme in any way, okay? There's no quick, fast track to success with anything that's real, all right? So yeah, it's an incredible, incredible opportunity to be able to build your own schedule, to be able to make an income doing something that really matters and impacts the life of other people, and to be able to give yourself that freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. You can travel, you can take this job with you everywhere. You can do so much with it. But it's not a traditional job. So people sometimes don't get it, and that's part of it. But the thing is that the worst thing that can happen is that you get into amazing shape and you get some support and you connect with some like-minded people, and then you go, it's not really for me, and you walk away. That's the worst thing that can happen, is that you get in amazing shape, you feel great, you make some friends, and you receive the support you need on your own journey. So the way I see it is that the risk versus the reward is just like, the reward is massive. No matter what, you're going to become better and you're going to be pushed to be a better version of yourself. So in my mind, there's really nothing to lose. And that's what I thought when I signed up. And now here I am a year and a half later, and I'm absolutely loving it, and my business is really thriving, and I'm super excited that I have the opportunity now to share it with others. I just realized as I was talking about that one thing I didn't talk about earlier is how do you make money. So I'll just really quickly tell you that as a coach, you make 25% commission off of any of the programs that people buy or any of the products that people buy. So you make a commission off of that. But as you spend more time in the business and as you kind of build your own team and stuff like that, there are really cool bonuses, cycle bonuses, monthly bonuses, team bonuses, stuff like that. There are people that have, like, in 4 years gotten into the million club, which is people who are making $1 million a year. There are people who are retiring their spouses from jobs that they don't love, and people who are given the opportunity to stay home with their families all day, and like it's really amazing. And I got a chance to meet a lot of people that do it full time when I went to Summit, which is our annual big celebration event, and it's just really cool to see like real people just getting the opportunity to take their life back. And that's what this is about. It's about becoming happier and healthier yourself, but taking your life back, you know? Taking back your time, taking back your energy, deciding where it goes, and using it to do something that seriously makes a difference in the world, without you having to put up a bunch of investments and all the stuff that you would need to do to build your own business, you know? So you get the opportunity to be the CEO of your life with almost no risk going in. And so it's a really incredible opportunity, and I'm gonna leave it there, but I'm really excited that you're even considering it. And I know that it's scary and it's not traditional and it's outside the box. So I want you to please, after you watch this, I want you to let me know, either message me or email me, whatever. Let me know what you still have lingering for questions or concerns, or maybe anything I didn't answer or anything I didn't touch on that you have questions about, because I'd really love to answer them. I've got nothing to hide because this isn't a scheme. Like I said, it's real life, it's real. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from you and hearing what you have to say after listening to that. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this. You've already made it this far, so just let the fear go. Get in touch with me. Let me know what's going on in your head, and we'll talk about it from there.